My name is John Khosravi, and I practice immigration law in the United States. My headquarters is in Los Angeles, but I help people from all across the country and the world. Families coming to live in the U.S. with their family members, moving here through different programs, businesses being employees, and altogether all aspects of the benefits-based immigration programs the United States offers. I also teach immigration law at Loyola Law School in Los Angeles, and about a third of my clients are either Middle Eastern or have Middle Eastern backgrounds. An executive order is a written directive by the President of the United States that has the force of law. So when a president signs an executive order, essentially that is the rule of the land, and people have to abide by it. The new order signed by President Donald Trump on January 27, 2017 is different from the previous executive orders he signed since he's become president. This specific order was entitled Protecting the Nation from Foreign Terrorist Entry into the United States. Now, the order is kind of vague and the wording is not very helpful for understanding the full ramifications of it. So if you're interested in this program or it affects you, it's always best to consult with an immigration attorney to get the exact details of your case. But as it is right now, it affects people from 7 countries across the world: Iran, Iraq, Syria, Yemen, Sudan, and Somalia. And what it means is essentially these people can't enter the US. This executive order has a lot of deleterious and bad effects for citizens of the world. First of all, it suspends visa issuances, admissions and entry, and benefits that are provided through the various immigration programs to non-US citizens. So first of all, if you're from one of these countries I stated earlier, you're not going to be able to enter the US. And as we're seeing, it actually includes people who are lawful permanent residents in the United States, meaning people who have green cards and are from these countries. They're being stopped as well or interrogated before entry. We're still trying to get final guidance as to what it is, but as of now, anecdotally, it's been cited that people have not been permitted to board the plane or enter the US. Now, with regards to regular visa holders, those with tourist visas and work visas, they're especially not having problems with entering the US. And it potentially, and I've seen it's also including people who have asylum in the US. Hopefully, it'll become clear as to who can and can't come in, and this regulation will be exact, and we could get people who are actually residents of the U.S. to return. But as of now, everyone who's not a U.S. citizen is from one of these countries is affected in some way. Now, there's another part of this executive order that cancels the visa interview waiver. Now, this is not the same thing as a visa waiver program or ESTA. Essentially, to help the consulates deal with the flow of people requesting visas, they had set up a program where not everyone needed to go to the consulate to do a visa interview, and they're removing this. Now, everyone now needs to do an interview before they get their visa. And this is going to cause global delays because of the sheer amount of people that need to actually visit the embassy and get an appointment to come in. So even if you're not from one of these countries, you're going to be affected if you're requesting a visa. Finally, as I mentioned a little about it earlier, this could affect people who are lawful permanent residents, meaning if you're in the US and you apply for citizenship, potentially it could suspend that or pause that, or if you got married to a US citizen and are getting a green card within the US, it could pause that as well. It's not clear exactly what the effect's going to be on dual citizens. It's probably going to be a hit just like the rest, where if you're from one of those countries on the list, they potentially may not let you enter the country. But as of now, the statute, or the executive order, not a statute, the executive order doesn't make clear what is going to happen to them. And we're going to have to wait for the various government agencies to issue guidance, the State Department, USCIS, DHS, to let us know exactly how to deal with these cases. Hopefully after the weekend we'll know better. This part of the executive order is set to last 90 days until the U.S. could create an information sharing system with these countries to help identify the people coming in and their backgrounds. Now, hopefully this causes things to end rather quickly, but with countries like Iran that don't have full diplomatic relations with the United States, this could be indefinite. Well, refugees have the most difficult situation right now. They're living in very difficult and harsh circumstances, and this executive order bans their entry for 120 days and creates a cap on how many refugees can enter the United States. Now, refugees are people and sometimes called asylees or people seeking asylum. But if you're outside the U.S., you're considered a refugee. If you're in the U.S. and you apply for asylum, you're considered an asylee. So refugees are stuck outside, and Syrians in particular are indefinitely banned until further notice. So that's going to be a harsh hit that they have to take. Now, if you're within the U.S. and you've applied for asylum already, it's not clear. But because they said INA adjudications will be suspended, meaning regular immigration benefits, I could see that there being a pause and suspension in asylum petitions and applications that are pending within the U.S. There is talk of exceptions in there on a case-by-case basis. If the various departments judge it okay, they'll waive these immigrant visa issues, LPR, green card holder issues, and I assume that there's going to be some sort of waiver exception for people who are lawful permanent residents that are stuck outside, because it's very harsh for them not to be able to return to the U.S. if they went temporarily abroad for vacation, for example. And with regards to refugees, there's an exception for people that are religious minorities. So if you're Christian, or in the Iranian case, maybe a Baha'i, because you're a minority, they may permit you to have a waiver and come in and not be bound by these harsher restrictions. Well, my opinion, I appreciate the national security aspect, and it's something very important that our country needs to watch out for. But the sudden nature of it and the all-consuming nature of it affecting so many people on a grand scale without any notice, especially people that are lawful permanent residents, it's been very harsh. And I've seen the human factor of how it's affected people that went on vacation or outside and they're stuck outside, people who have applications pending, people torn apart, families torn apart, and the financial situation of people having to cancel plane tickets or having to reschedule or get hotels to wait outside until it's clear. So it's been a big financial and personal hit. And it's very sad to see, because this country was based on immigration from the very beginning, and what makes us strong is bringing in the top minds and the hardest workers from other countries to work here. And that's where our strength comes in, is our greatest weapon. So to throw these people off the boat, if you will, is very harsh. And hopefully we'll be able to have some balance and figure out a situation that both protects security and also helps continue this country on its great path towards prosperity. If you'd like to know more information, please visit my website, jqqlaw.com. I'll also be posting updates, video updates about this on my YouTube page and on my Facebook page. So please visit those as well. Hopefully we'll be able to solve your situation and meet you in America.